because I do read a lot about soul. You know, I believe in a soul. Not to say it out loud and look cool. I believe in a soul. Right? I believe your soul is linked to everyone you meet. You know, you either ignite theirs more or you burn theirs out, depending on if you're being satanic or not. And that brings me happiness, is thinking about souls. You know, when I see a crackhead on the street, I see soul in him that's like really suppressed. Oh, what is a woman, you mean? Yeah, a woman is nurturing, cares for children. Believe it or not, this used to be the definition for the traits of a woman in psychology. Um, Yielding, passive, pretty much opposite of a man, which is active and all that. History is the best. The most beautiful thing about history is when you read it correctly. Like, for example, a blue hair SJW, they used to exist in Roman times too. With their hair and added beads on their hair and were like the town whore. That existed in pagan times as well. Like, that spirit of Jezebel doesn't go away. Zherka's cousin to your list. What the dude? What, dude? Post your conversations with Destiny. What do you mean? Like on YouTube? I don't feel like that's original content. But I'm making a second YouTube channel for the VODs. Because I realize I stream almost every day. I do, in-depth analysis. I don't want to just let those... Because if I don't upload, I have to repeat myself. If I do upload, I'll say, go click on that. I don't feel like talking about that today. Yeah. No, it's always big streamers reaching out to me and me ignoring them. It's stupid. All right. What was I saying? You go live this time from now on. I know it kills my channel. I know it's bad for views, but something about waking up earlier just makes me happier. Yeah, because when I'm staying up all night, it's a lot of like, how do you say? Like a lot less work done. I don't edit as much. I don't do anything. But when I work around the day, I feel better. Although we know this is going to when I'm charged up in Texas and I start doing a lot longer work days. And just kind of stoked to go out with Razor, just me and him, and film. Ask the right questions. I might even might do a stream where we all sift through the questions we want. And yeah, because I mean, the job really is to have as little editing as possible, as in the content's that good. And yeah, I'm stoked for this new year. But I'm not rushing into it. Usually I rush into the content. I'm taking my time with it. For some reason, things go better when I'm slow with things. Like all my life, I jump in head first, and people are like, "Yeah, that's how you made a lot of good things happen for yourself." Yeah, but it came with a lot of baggage. A nice methodical, slow entry into the war is better. And I see all your career, you should see like a war. And for YouTube, I do see YouTube like a career. I will always call your talk cheap. I'll believe it when I see it. I thought you're not allowed to say that after I did my first one. Didn't I do my first street interview in Miami? What do you think you could be better at? Really nothing. My job isn't to learn. My job is to unlearn. So if you look at the last 3 years, I got more based over time unlearning more things, right? Which a lot of people looked at me and said, yeah, you're just becoming more old fashioned. But if you believe it, what's wrong with it? Is becoming more old fashioned a bad thing, and why? Why does anyone think that? Well, blowing up really comes down to the right team. So it's going to be Me, Razor, Dead Hex, Diminished, and a couple more IRL guys. No leeches, no Rod Show people from Texas, none of that. Really just people who want to like push out the greatest questions into the just street, real raw street. And it's going to sound weird, but I want to expose, because there's a million ways I can make money, but this way is kind of like money comes later. And I want to expose society. I want that Joker meme to be real. I will make it real. And I want, before my time is done, people will say, this is the one channel who really asked these hoes and these degens on the street the right questions and got them thinking. And really, it's always like some random old pastor that no one wants to be like that asks those kind of questions. But if it's a young stud like me, oh, we're changing the youth. No, these Zoomers, I want a society like, I know this is a bad example, but Kai, this guy don't drink or smoke weed. Those are the kind of Zoomers I want to like see in my chat. I want Zoomers who make fun of me, who go, yo, Zherka, old man Zherka, I didn't do your mistakes. Yeah. I want to be like a force for good only for my people, the rest. Right? Well, I'm not trying to change Razor or anyone old. And by old, I mean anyone over 21. Why don't you just make kids? There's no legacy in that. That comes later. Kids I can have in a year. It's not. There's so many loser dads. You want to be the before you have kids. Or not you, but me. Like, a lot of you guys would be mad if I start a family today. You'd be like, this is kind of distracting from battling the tyranny of the globalists. Trust me, you guys would be angry, right? Also, a kid would soften me a bit. Right now I'm in that mode where I want to punch someone in the face. Yeah. Yeah, fresh fit I would do. Yeah. Anything to grow, really. As long as I don't get in a dress and do this Logan Paul. I've never had American Spirit. I like Lucky Strike, I guess, and Marlboro. If you have enough money, you could get a nanny for those kids. Right, but you understand I would soften my stuff up because I don't want to be doxxed with children. I don't want to be attacked. Now, if I get attacked as a lone man, good luck. Good luck attacking me. But if I have kids, then be like Andrew Tate with his kids. He has to like hide them. Oh, you guys are going to see big things. And for once, it's not going to be just like a boom. It's going to be like we're editing together. We're going to walk up the ladder together. And I feel bad for Dunkel and these people who don't really see it, because you guys are going to be left behind. You really had a leech zone right here, and you totally fucked it up being a woman. He literally said he isn't Muslim. Who? Andrew? Oh, me? Yeah, true. I mean, culturally, am I more accepted in a Muslim home or a Christian home? 100% a Muslim home when I start talking. Because Christians aren't that old-fashioned anymore. They're very cucked. And that's my whole goal, is to bring that back. It's scary, though. The greatest part of Christianity isn't even the stuff that's promised. It's a thorn to the globalists. That's the best part of Christianity. But it's so weakened right now, the thorn is kind of dull. I'm going to sharpen it. Thoughts on Trump's NFTs? No comment. You know us. We support no matter what. We're not going to bash it. Hey, we like trading cards. I got myself 10. Go get yourself some. Listen, they're going to be worth a lot of money one day, dude. You're totally missing out. I thought it was a deep fake when I saw Trump talking about it, to be honest. Totally a waste of an announcement. I feel like your next announcement won't be big because we're going to be like, what's next? Digimon cards? Bro, you don't know real Christian. Well, I'm in Canada. I go to the US, so maybe I don't. I mean, I'm in the most cucked place on earth. I still remember those crypto will replace dollar dumbasses. Well, actually, the globalists are fighting for a digital currency so they can freeze your account a lot easier. I guess it's the speed in which it's coming that they're wrong about. Which I knew they're not going to do that one quickly. Still, it's a scary thought. I mean, is there really scary thoughts left? Seems like the worst has already happened. After those lockdowns and everything, after everyone losing their jobs and businesses and everyone getting banned and the cancellation of anything, aren't we in the end times of freedom? If not biblical end times? Like what could happen that's worse? Digital currency? Is that really depressing you? Look where we're at. If a digital cryptocurrency, digital banking is scaring you, then I gotta ask why. Why have you not been scared right now? The worst has happened. They locked down airports. Look, this guy says digital passport. And what's the difference from the COVID passport? Really? The worst has happened. Now it's time to just fight. And I sense big protests coming our way. You know, it's starting to feel really blackpilling when our guy is talking about trading cards and NFTs. He's like, do you want us to become revolutionary? What do you want from us, bro? Why are you... Nothing will panic our side more than our team captain saying he wants to talk about NFTs and announce NFTs. Protest is coming, copium. You can say copium, right? But ask yourself, do you really believe the political pendulum will not swing back? There has to be a breaking point. Just because it's like it should have been done years ago doesn't mean it's not coming. Are you pro DeSantis? No, we're pro Trump here. We're pro Trump. We're pro masculinity. We're pro home. We're pro, by home I mean family, nuclear family. And I don't mean nuclear family as in you guys got to go have kids. I mean you guys got to preach it. Because I don't think you guys having kids really solves the problem right now. Your kids will grow up cucked in that state-run school. I want people are not ready. We need to defend Kosovo from Serbia. Yeah, I've always thought about that. I'm like, you know, if my motherland calls me back, you know what I mean? Do I fly all the way back and get it popping? Do I go enlist? Do I go IRL there? We'll see. We'll see. Because I'm really about the opinion of you fight from where you're the most effective. So if you're a nerd, I don't really want you in the front lines. Kind of want you on the computer, bro. I always say that. Don't get canceled before you have power and momentum. So you can host into this. Can you give a history lesson on the Balkan Wars? Oh, that would take forever. Long story short, there's only one people that were there since ancient times. And you're looking at them, right? Just Google Indo-Europeans and who was there. You'll see the tree. And even people who hate my people will admit that. I mean, Every one of them admits that. And I don't really say that as in like we were there first and blah blah. I don't really talk about that stuff. I've got bigger fish to fry than the Balkans right now, because my life's being affected here badly, right? My immediate family is being affected here. Now my extended. What's that got to do with Balkan wars? Because they fight for land, pretty much. Like, we were here, actually this belongs to us, and blah, blah, blah. Do you believe in 9/11? No, I don't. I don't think anyone does. Like, 3 buildings fell in New York. How did the 3rd one fall? Well, structural office fire. It broke a world record, being the first tower to ever fall from an office fire. Does anyone really buy that shit? I don't think anyone on earth believes in official story. Okay, fine, I do. Okay, it makes perfect sense. Do you believe the whole Saudi did 9/11? Of course not. What the f***? The U.S. said it was a mistake. They admit it. They said all those Middle Eastern wars are mistakes, except like one. I think they still hang on to Libya. Or which one do they hang on to that they say they were right? I forget. But they already admit that they're in the wrong for all that. I've been saying it since high school. I was like, guys, what the f*** are you doing in that land? Now, we got a great stream for you guys today, right? By we, I mean me and the lion. We've got the greatest streams I'll ever do is attacking the liberal mind frame. And Logan Paul is the definition of a Super Saiyan liberal, right? And if you're ever wondering, will this channel ever get soft? The older I get, the more conservative I'll be, right? The more I'll stop making the same mistakes. So this channel just gets more extreme. So if you're saying, yo, Zherka, you're not hardcore enough, just wait a couple years, right? I'm not going to be Alex Jones. Will I? I'll be like an angry Alex. One in the chat if Logan's a for paycheck. You guys used to critique me on that. Like, you should be more about your money. And no, I don't want to be like Logan. Well, money's coming regardless, okay? Money's never been an issue in my life ever. When I need it, I get it, okay? What happened to your teeth, bro? Well, I got this new car. I got this new car and I broke it. And they said, hey, here's the money since you broke the car. Here's the insurance money. And I said, all right, I'll put it in my teeth. I think the funniest meme ever was, Zherka, why did you get veneers? What happens when you get in a fight and someone knocks them out? Who's gonna do that? Who's ever done that to me? Who has the power to... Alibro? John, are you the most right-wing on Twitch? Yeah, I'm the most banned as well. Coincidence? But, there's one channel that is more right-wing than me. It's this 12-viewer Andy, who's like from this foreign country. And, he's a lot more racial, you know? I just can't get too racial. You know, I understand there's a war on whiteness and all that, but I can't get too racial because I do read a lot about soul. You know, I believe in a soul. Not to say it out loud and look cool. I believe in a soul, right? I believe your soul is linked to everyone you meet. You know, you either ignite theirs more or you burn theirs out, depending on if you're being satanic or not. And, that brings me happiness, is thinking about souls. You know, when I see a crackhead on the street, I see soul in him that's like really suppressed, really fighting. I see soul in politicians too. When politicians feel bad about how much money they're stealing and they do something good for the community, I can see their soul trying to like express itself. can see a soul in everyone. So I don't get that racial, but do I understand all the racial arguments? Oh, dude, I was before 2015, I was before everyone. I was before Jared Taylor. I know every argument. But there's a lot of things that like confuse me about race politics, right? Like the whole weakening allies for no reason. I don't really understand that when we're already on the losing end, right? I mean, we're the losing majority, which is scary. We don't have corporations on our side. We don't have anything on our side. When does what happen? Yeah, I think I'm the only channel to ever say that the Christians and Muslims need to be allies. And not because of just my demographics that watch me, but because of how similar they are when practiced correctly. And there's no other two religions that are that similar. And a lot of people think Christianity is this liberal, hating Islam type, when really, no. Christian women are supposed to be way more modest. You guys are just very confused. Um, like nothing kills me more than when Christians make fun of a hijab. I go, do you know what you're saying? Do you even understand what you're doing? How are you a Christian and you're saying that? Like, you don't understand your own religion. We're gonna get into that with Logan, but yeah. Now everyone's on that bandwagon of Muslim Christian partnership, right? And it's kind of too late now. It's like, what, did you guys have to wait until all the Middle Eastern propaganda ended and then the Trump stuff started? You guys had to wait that long to see the connection? And now the connection looks anti-Semitic because of Kanye and them, right? Which is ridiculous. What the But yeah. I remember when everyone would say, John, it's been years on Twitch, you're going to become way more soft. And the only thing that happened was I picked up a holy book and went to war. I became more extreme. You remember when everyone used to say this platform's going to corrupt you, yeah, I'm going to go see the corruption and say I don't want to be like them, right? Like TwitchCon was filled with absolute skanks and losers. Right? You still full MAGA or riding with DeSantis? I will never, ever endorse DeSantis. I will be MAGA till I die. MAGA means masculinity. MAGA doesn't mean what you think it means. MAGA is what these Tate little fanboys don't realize is the truth. Okay? MAGA is your dad. MAGA is your grandfather. MAGA is your great-great-grandfather. MAGA is the spirit of saying, shut the fuck up. You are fake news, Jim Acosta. How long have you waited for someone to say that to CNN? Or did you guys like CNN before Trump? I've hated mainstream media since I was 8 years old. And I remember when they first deceived me. The one time mainstream media, and I get so embarrassed to admit this, but I was a kid. The one time CNN fucked me over, or I forget what it was. Legacy media, the one time it fucked me over big time, was that they made me hate Floyd Mayweather. And they made me think he's a runner, he runs from fights, and blah, 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 blah. And here I missed out on one of the most inspirational icons for young men. Like, this guy takes care of his family, friends, everyone around him with his money. Yeah, it's got to be his way or the highway. But Floyd Mayweather is a real man. It's not 50 Cent. And they made me hate him. They made me hate Floyd. Floyd, the greatest of all time. People would point to me and say, but John, he's insecure. Yeah, that's why he's undefeated. A secure man takes an L easily. This whole stoic needs to end, by the way. We're men. We're petty. That's it. Get over it. Okay? Oh, it's unattractive. We don't care. We're like Trump. We're petty. You know what the other side is? They're petty too. They just don't admit it. Hassan Piker will never admit it. We admit it's a masculine trait. Not petty, looping, spiraling, but yeah, we can be petty sometimes. That's why we get into these wars with Dunk. You would trust a petty man with nuclear codes? The alternative is not a man who is not petty. That's not what the alternative is. That's the human condition. Petty isn't masculine. Are you out of your mind? If I'm playing Monopoly with you and you piss me off, I'm taxing you to oblivion. Looping petty is stupid. I get that. Sometimes I loop. Sometimes it's for content. Sometimes it's just like, you know how people play video games to cope? I'll be petty to cope. Eventually back on the horse. Did you see Aiden smoking that cigar? I've got hair on my asshole. I don't watch Aiden. And yes, I saw that. I saw it on Twitter. By the way, there's nothing creepier than if you're like a grown man watching Kai or Aiden. Like, dude, what are you doing? Right? Maybe you can react, but like at home alone watching them is kind of weird. I don't want to take away viewers from them by saying, because most of their viewers are Zoomers. So let's say I had like a huge platform where I could damage them. I don't think I'd say it, but I don't think old people watch them. I'm old as I'm an old man, John. Actually, it would be very creepy if you guys tuned into my private life and I'm watching an Aiden stream. You guys would be like, what the fuck is this? Why did I subscribe to this guy? If you're older than 20 years old, even when I was 20, I didn't watch kids. Bro, you'd be surprised how many viewers are probably 35 plus on those channels. You think? No way. That'd be a depressing, I want my youth back feeling. Right? Are you worried about getting locked up in Texas? No. I got good lawyers. I like Aiden, but I don't think I can watch young Zoomers for more than 10 minutes. I like to check in once in a blue moon. Maybe there is 35-year-olds who watch. I know there's 35-year-olds who watch Mizgif, and Mizgif's a lot more Zoomer content, right? The only problem I have with making Zoomer content is you become like those kind of Disney stars who eventually lose their mind. Have you noticed the people who are more mature have places to transition in the future, whether politics or just somewhere? But if you're into like the kid stuff, you have to compete with the kiddie market that squeezes you out, and then you kind of have to grow up at 38. Like, but who am I to shit on them? Because there's so much money in that, right? It's not always about money. I think if you have good mental health, then money is important. And good mental health is like being mature too. You know, I'm like the least mature guy, but I wouldn't call myself like a Zoomer brain. A Zoomer? No. Isn't the platform Twitch for Zoomer or adult? Yeah, but I mean, what choice do you have? Either YouTube or Twitch, and that's it. And they're both Zoomer, kind of. Any new conspiracy theories? Dude, there's so many that I don't click on in the Discord, but I'll get around to it eventually. I want to organize it for you. If you don't organize conspiracy, then you just kind of look batshit. So I don't want to be those channels. It's like, yeah. Who do you believe will win the World Cup? Honestly, this is the one World Cup where I just don't care as much. I feel like we're going to World War III, dude. Why did you start a secret Discord if you want to spread the truth? Because the truth cannot be spread if it's banned. And I didn't want to really risk it on my main. Another thing is, well, that's not even the real reason. The real reason is because there's filler. There's so much filler with truth discords. I hate filler. I'd rather have just a Discord where it's content always. Right? Like if we added everyone, people talk about Sasquatch and Bigfoot. I won't feel like opening and reading if it's about Bigfoot. Also makes us look weird. But yeah. And that Discord's not even mine. It's Dead Hex's. You're so reserved on Twitter because of the shadow ban. I'm not shadow banned on Twitter. I just don't have the check mark. I don't think I've ever been banned on Twitter, and I'm not really reserved. If you look at my last few weeks' tweets, they're pretty insane. Like I'm not gonna say it on Twitch, but go scroll down. I go pretty hard on Twitter. Shadow banned equals your tweet isn't in the algorithm. Yeah, people are telling me it's because I'm not checkmarked. I haven't bought the checkmark thingy. I don't even know how. I gotta get to doing that. Why? No, I didn't lose followers. I'm actually like the highest I've ever been because for some reason Twitter every few weeks it goes up and down. I remember randomly I didn't tweet for like 4 weeks and I lost like 200 followers. I was like, what the? So Twitter's weird, but Twitter is just something to have for when your YouTube's blowing up. You'd be like, hey guys, we're gonna talk there. So I just save it. I like Twitter, yeah. I like some threads. Maybe you got something like that. You think? Now I'm a spammy person, so I know why I'm bad for Twitter. Like people don't like spammy people. But I don't think I'm shadow banned. Maybe I've talked about Joe. I know I've talked about Joe Biden, and the algorithm doesn't like that. But who cares? Really, Twitter don't pay me. Twitter is just for the core, the people who follow everything I do. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. Maybe I'm shadow banned. Maybe enable replies. Yeah, and then people post a picture of a hairy asshole, and I gotta open my comments and see that. How many trolls send weird shit? And at first, I'm like, lock my Twitter for the brigade that Mr. Girl is gonna send when I went to war for Destiny a few weeks ago. Then I realized, dude, this is way more peaceful. Like, they're never getting the last laugh where they send me a big cock picture. If it's a digital cock, it's not the worst thing in the world. But if it's those hairy ones where my dad clicks on it and goes, "This is who follows you," and I go, "No, it's the internet. It's this." Then I look at other Twitter accounts. And I go, "They don't really have this problem," and I don't know how to like explain this to my dad. That now that he's kind of following, he's like, "Hey, you showed up on my thing," and that's why I deleted the tweets talking about anal and weird. I was like, "Whoa, my dad's gonna see this." now. So I went back, and anytime I talked about anal being satanic, I just deleted all that. I don't want to talk about it live. I don't want to do any of that. I feel like there's nothing more awkward than my dad watching that video of me picking up those girls. So imagine if I was, hey, do you do anal? I'm going to clean that stuff up, because I never thought my dad would find it. It's been years. He wasn't interested. Now he's like, hey, my dad's funny though. He's like, that YouTube video is funny. He's like, that YouTube video is good, but if you want to grow, you need hotter chicks. I was like, what? He's like, you need hotter chicks. You need to get a lot more chicks for clickbait. He didn't say clickbait. He said for the image. I was like, you're kind of right. I do need interview more. And yeah, I was like, yeah, you're right. It was just a weird conversation because he was smiling at me awkwardly. Like, he's like, this is what your content's about? So what's your body count? Oh, me too. Oh. And my dad's like, hey, leave the religion stuff out of it. People just want to have fun with you. I was like, are you kidding me? Fun? This is about war. I wouldn't be able to go live every day if it wasn't about war. Bro, I've been telling you this. Watch you on my TV, and it's so weird when you say random sexual shit. Well, you're not supposed to watch this channel with your parents in the room, you fucking idiot. I used to put headphones on when I watched the Hodge twins so my parents don't hear. You're not supposed to have me on your TV where I'm calling people whores. What an idiot. That guy's a f***ard, bro. Your mom's just washing the dishes and I'm screaming in the living room? Give her a break, dude. What time does it get dark in Vancouver right now? Your name is Flying Dick Punch. I don't want to answer you. It's time to get back close full and meet your grandparents. My grandparents are long past the gates. Yeah. But I swore on my grandmother I'm going to get my vengeance. So I can't wait to see some of those people at those parties. I'm not going to talk about it this week. We're not going to talk about it until I do it. How about that? Yeah, for a class of kindergartners. Yeah. John, will you please date my sister? She is hot. And I used to think those are jokes until I checked the DMs, and some of you guys are serious. Send me a picture of your sister and let me know her body count. And if she's hot, I'm down. If her body count's like through the roof, then no. But she's got to be cool with my content where I'm like joking around, talking to girls and blah, blah, blah. She got to be cool with that. She can't do the whole like jealousy. What? You guys wouldn't let me date your sister? What the fuck? Then why the fuck do you subscribe to me if I'm not a good guy? You fool? Why do you subscribe to me? I thought I'm a good person. Wait, hold on. If I married your sister, since you guys know I'm loyal, if I married your sister but yelled at her sometimes, would you be cool with that? Like if she was acting weird? Like if I said to her, hey, don't do ho shit. The marriage is okay, but the dating's not. That's kind of based. I like that. I like that. That's fair. I thought honestly, the real answer should be no. You know all my flaws, so the real answer should be no right away. Will you eat her box? What the fuck is wrong? You're talking for the whole chat, you idiot. What the fuck is wrong with you, you weirdo? Don't make it creepy, serpent worship. They ruin a wholesome moment. I was marrying chat's sister. It's weird because you guys tell me I'd be a good actually you've never said good husband. You said I'd be a good dad. Who thinks I'd be a good husband? And don't do the whole you'd be a good husband, but not my sister. Don't do that. I think I'd be pretty good hubby. I'd be older, wiser, petty husband. Yeah. Yeah, your sister's being a cunt, Chad. She's being a cunt, bro. She don't like the I have on my podcast. Yo, Chad, your sister's being a bitch. Your sister says that nah. You destroy her mental state. That's not true. Why are we acting like I haven't dated before? None of them were destroyed. They're only destroyed during a breakup. They're fine when they're over it. I'm not out destroying souls, bro. But I bond heavy, which is a problem. Like, I can bond quick with anyone, right? If I'm, like, putting effort into bonding with someone, I can really get close. Can make someone rob a bank for me. I would let you date her, but you would have to let me hit it sometimes too, though. What the fuck? Well, don't let me date her and you can hit it all the time. You can full time it. Why are you bringing me in the equation? These are the streams I'm terrified my parents will see. Alabama motherfucker. That guy's an Alabamian. Just impregnate her, then give her back. What the That's like a genetic steal. You're not taking my genetics if I can't raise that kid. You. Hell no, your kid turns out to be beautiful as fuck, and I can't even see them. That's a steal. My sister would annoy the fuck out of you. But I'm kind of used to that, you know? The person I date is always annoying me. And I'm just like, stop it. Annoying is fine, right? Bitchy is not. I'd be a good husband. You know how I know I'd be a good husband and not a good dad? Because one, if anyone recorded me yelling, I would go to jail. So that's immediately a bad dad. Like no one on Twitch has ever seen me angry. They've seen me meme it. No one's actually ever seen me angry. And two, I value marriage more than kids. Because kids in this world kind of scares me. I'm still going to have them, but it scares me. It's kind of scary to know, like, some giant titty liberal is teaching my kids about critical race theory. And I'm like, they come home and they go, Dad, we're colonizers. I'll be like, what do you mean, son? He's like, we're white colonizers. Bitch, we're Albanian. We didn't colonize shit. What the fuck are you talking about? You're a big titty teacher. You're fucking stupid. Mm. When will you teach your kids about the true nature of society, Masons, and whole culture? Probably at an early age. Like 6 years old, I'd say, son, we'll be fishing. And I'll be like, son, everything your mother says is wrong. Just come to me. And everything your mother says, the teacher will repeat. Don't listen to the teacher. Just do your homework. And we'll just be fishing. Yeah. Yeah. Your mother is a based. I didn't say that. Any dad who says that is a disgusting animal. Like any dad who says to their kids, any dad who disparages their the kid's mother in front of him is a disgusting animal. Right? Like I'd be like, Dad, how come you never did that? And he'd be like, 'cause you three would beat the shit out of me. Like, we're violent kids. We were very aggressive kids. You can't just do that. What would you do if you had a daughter? Yeah, there's this great forest out in Japan that I would visit. And I'll go meditate. Go meditate and collab with Logan. I don't know what I'd do. I don't know. You know, truth be told, as much as I love boys, it's a boys channel. Nothing like a little girl. A little girl is way cuter. Way, way cuter. Right? Just their temperament, that they're more relaxed, that their tantrums are shorter. I like a toddler girl. You know what I mean. Yeah, I love a toddler. A female toddler. They all are sick in the head. If anyone has kids in this chat, you are the only one not laughing. Y'all are sick in the head, dude. Come on. A toddler is adorable. But what will you do when you grow up and your daughter goes to Ibiza to discover herself, or as a hot girl summer? I'll go with her. I'll be on the plane ride with her, right? Just being like, yeah, Bill is a great, let's say she's going to meet Bill, right? Can't get this name out of my head. Or let's say she's going to meet Chad, my worst nightmare. She's going to meet Chad. I would go with her. I'd be like, hey, I'm going to chaperone. Is that cool? Right? I'm going to name my daughter Chat. Because I already raised her. Little PMSy bitch ass Chat. Yeah. Honestly, I would just propose to my daughter. I would just say, hey, man, I don't trust men in this world. Just marry me and we'll be celibate. This early Twitch is so stupid, bro. It's like throwing you guys off. Everyone's just getting their day started. And I'm saying the craziest shit. But you know, like, okay, fine, not celibate. I'm kidding. All right, enough satanic jokes. See, this is the problem. Is my religion is really about comedy, and it's gotta change. I gotta smarten up. We take it too far. Hey, Mohammed, at this passport in the chat. Let's go. Daytime chatters. Woohoo. Sorry, I missed you, dude. Would you ever smash/marry your cousin? Okay. All right, stop, because I remember one time Jill called screaming at me because I said I'd pipe my cousin. I was like, yo, this Twitch live isn't for relationships, bro. They can see every joke. They can see every joke, dude. They can see every locker room talk. Would you eat a crackhead's box for $1 million? No, Krishnik. Would you? I don't think I would. Depends what's in the box. Zherka's cousin tier list. What the dude? What, dude? Some of them watch this, don't. They're like, who are you talking about? When you're saying, I'm like, I don't know. It's just like a spiritual cousin. I don't know. Did you see the if Dunkel said if you didn't take roids, you'd still look like a 12-year-old child. Well, that's not true because we have my twin brother and older brother. You can look at them. They don't look like children. Plus, why am I responding to this guy, right? Dunkel the homosexual? He's just like me. I'm better than you, Jon Zherka. I'm better than you. Even though you haven't worked out in what? 3.5 years, 4 years? I'm better than you. My off season is his on season. He's so fucking small. Did you ever fantasize about your busty Albanian aunt? Which one? What are you talking about, dude? Of course not. We're done with these jokes. What are you talking about, bro? Should we start the stream? Or do you guys want to keep doing these questions that ruin our whole day? Okay, we'll take 5 more questions and then we'll start. Let's start. I love when I treat these streams like a TV show. Or like a... Yeah, like a starting show. The dirt stash needs to grow. Logan Paul said, yeah, we're going to Logan soon. What's the most important to unlearn? Equality. Do you still work out? I have not worked out in years. No, I do some push-ups sometimes. But if you guys saw it, you'd be like, yeah, he's not really working out. I carry a little bit of muscle for someone who doesn't work out. If I worked out, I'd be pretty zeezed out. You know, I'd look pretty good. But just lazy. It's always been my dream to be the guy who doesn't work out, but is still considered the jack dude. So I'm living my dreams right now. Well, I wouldn't call this jacked compared to where I was, but it's not bad. Do you not ever enjoy working out? I don't know. The whole drive it takes to get to the gym and stuff, I always think about, like, I could be streaming. I could be doing something productive. But I have a gym. I'm going to start working out when I go to Razors because there's a house gym. Our gym is closed. Do you believe gay is a sin? Yeah, I do. Are you scared of dying alone since your ex, the Twitch thought, won't take you back? No, we're on good terms, so we'll die together. Knock on wood for me, though. I don't know. I've never thought of dying alone because my DMs are so filled with girls, but I've always thought of dying without quality, like a quality woman. Because it's always been my buddies poking at me like this. Dude, your girl got a nice ass. Your girl got nice tits. But they've never done, hey, man, she's a good person. No one's ever done that to me the whole time I've been on Twitch. No one's ever poked me and said, hey, man, take care of her. No one's ever done that to me. What the f***? And that's when I realized my selection process is too physical, right? Can you define what is a woman/girl? Oh, what is a woman, you mean? Yeah, a woman is nurturing, cares for children. Believe it or not, this used to be the definition for the traits of a woman in psychology. Yielding, passive, pretty much opposite of a man, which is active and all that. I think the single most important thing a woman should have is, and I'm not shooting any shots to nobody, is the programming part. Like, if you come home and she's so about you and not about the world, then that's my favorite thing. If she's on her phone talking to her friends, if she's watching Kim Kardashian, if she's thinking of a different life and she's thinking of, like, hey, maybe if I get on a yacht, my life will be better, you know, then to me, it's like, I can't cry for that. But if it's like a very, very healing type cleric, then I could cry for her. I'd be like, oh, I miss her and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I don't think I've cried for a woman since 21. And really, I cried once because she gave me a billion chances. And she was hot as she was so fucking hot, bro. I don't even remember what she looks like because I don't check up on people when I'm done with them. Unless they're on Twitch, but if it's like Facebook or something. And yeah, looking back, she was too good for me. She kept me from being stabbed a lot. She would even contact people trying to stab me and be like, hey, leave Jon alone. He has anger. He's suffering. And these guys would believe her because of her family members and who she was. Are you a history buff, Jon? Actually, there's nothing to being an adult male besides history. That's the best part about being an adult. That becomes everyone's main subject. History is the best. The most beautiful thing about history is when you read it correctly. Like, for example, a blue hair SJW, they used to exist in Roman times too. Isn't that mind-blowing? People who with their hair and added beads on their hair and were like the town whore, that existed in pagan times as well. Like, that spirit of Jezebel doesn't go away. So when you see history as like identical to today, then politics becomes fun again. But if you see it like how most people do, like, oh, it's just a new phenomenon, then you're an idiot. You know, or some people be like, it's just a revised 1970s hippie. No, dude, it's like an eternal hippie. And when people ask what is male, what is female, it's a temperament. It's literally a temperament, right? It's not really a physical, like, oh, I have a pee-pee thing. I think Dunkel suffers from being a woman, right? Like, he begs for respect, but he doesn't get it. And some of us make fun of ourselves and are still respected, right? So it's a temperament. At what age would you tell your kid about the birds and the bees? Never. I would just tell him, don't ever touch a woman until you're married. That's it. How many % believe do you have to still find a woman? Dude, I could be 49 years old, find a woman who's 25 and get married in the same year. I'm Jon Zherka. I don't really worry about that. You know? Yeah, I'm going to Logan Paul in a sec. Are you hedonistic, Jon Zherka? You've been watching me for 3 years. Why are you pretending like you don't know me, bitch? I don't know. No, I'm not reading paragraphs, bro. F off. I don't care how much you love me. F off. What do you majority disagree with, Tate? Family! It's about the family unit. And making money through degeneracy is wrong, right? Like I always say, if you can show your mom the content, then it's fine. So I can show my mom with some hoes on a podcast and my mom would be like, lol, society. But if I show my mom that kitties coming out and like Andrew Tate, then my mom would be like, yo, what the f*** are you doing? You're damaging our legacy, our bloodline. So I don't like how he made his millions, but yeah. I love being able to shout in the mornings. Well, 3 p.m. is morning for me. Okay, mods, clean it up. Get the 4-hour timeout, all of them. I'll see them tomorrow. Do you ever wish you pursued something different other than streaming? Dude, I would be working sales dreaming about being a YouTuber. I would be working nightclubs dreaming about being a YouTuber. And then I would dream about being a YouTuber and I hated the idea of making a YouTube. When you told me you could just hit live, I thought you could be live for 10 minutes. I didn't know you could be live for hours. I thought it was an Instagram thing. So when they're like, hey, we're on Twitch, and I didn't understand how Twitch works, so people would be like, yo, you're on Slicker's stream. And for the first week, I didn't know what a stream was. So I'd be like, is that on Slicker.com? And everyone, I would say, when you watch my old stuff, I would say, hey, I'm going on Greek God X's stream. And I didn't know what a stream meant for the longest time. I never Googled it. I just sort of figured it out. So it was so new to me. And dude, that's heaven on earth. When you don't know how anything works, people are just throwing you, go to this channel, go to that channel. So sick, dude. Best time of my life. And I was very alone. My brothers were in Colombia, my family in Europe. I had no one to talk to. So when it was like these Twitch streamer people, I'd be like, oh, just so cool. Fusing with the internet was the best saga of my life. So no, I don't really regret, or I don't think about other things. I don't know. Do you think saying the best things in life are unexpected is not true? Yeah, no. The best things in life are expected. Like you force them to happen. Did you know wives have the ability to regenerate damaged tissues? Get married soon. I'm actually very healthy, and I swear to God, my blood work is perfect. I swear to God. I've just had some problems in the past that I didn't take care of, but now it's like we're a year away from that. I don't know about my lungs, but so far so good. I swear to God, so I'm not lying to get sympathy. I'm telling you, you don't got to worry about me. No, I didn't check my blood work. I had to for a surgery. It's not like I went to them and asked. Why is there so many people? 800 people. Like, dude, it's not even a planned stream. It's, well, we're doing Logan Paul soon, so that's why. We got so much talking to do this stream. There's so many people for daytime. Help pause? I will. Someone said winter depression. Who gets winter depression in this chat? You're not alone. Give me that. You're not alone. Now I realize something. I'm like, most adults, they make their Christmas tree alone, away from everyone. You know, like it's a meme that people go see their family. A lot of people are just alone. So I feel for them. It's like me most of my life. I get that. Yeah. The worst is when you stay with family and you still feel alone. That's the worst feeling. When everyone's just walking around grabbing their food and stuff and you still don't feel heard. You know what I mean? You're like kind of background. That's the worst. And then when you're a success, everyone wants to eat out of your ass. It's so weird. So, but that's another scary thing no one talks about is, dude, you're alone. Like, it's so bad to say this, but you're alone. You'll always be alone. Right? Eventually, everyone around you helping you goes to bed with their problems, and you go to bed with yours. And those problems that are like a knife in your stomach, nobody soothes that. Nobody's there for that. Nobody's there for that part of the night. It's kind of weird to think about. You know, you could have kids and you're alone. Everyone's alone. You die alone. And you know what's the worst part is when you're hurting so bad you can't even tell your parents because it'll hurt them. So you're stuck where you're like looking at your mom like, help me, mom. Help me, mom. I'm hurting bad. But you can't tell her. So she just looks at you like, why is he looking at me like that? You go, oh, nothing. That's the worst. Like, you ever want to cozy up to your mom and realize you're 28 years old and you can't do that because you're going to scare the out of her and you don't want to show her a broken man? That was me during the summer. That was me. I was like, where everything just kept going wrong. No, the scariest thing is not being able to be comforted by your mom, grandmother, dad. That's the scariest feeling. A lot of Zoomers don't get what I'm saying, but past the age of 24, 23, bro, is your mom hot or something? What? Come on, man. Can I keep going with this? Yeah, once you're done being a Zoomer, man, I'm sick as might puke. Once you're done being a Zoomer, you cannot be comforted by your mom. And it's a sick feeling. It's like, I can't explain that. You start looking for, dude, I used to look for random hoes in my town to comfort me. Not hoes, but you know what I'm saying? Like, just girls that I usually don't trust. And I would like, they would be my mom, right? And it would be awkward because they'd be like, how come you don't want to? You've known me for weeks and you haven't smashed me yet? They wouldn't say it like that, but they'd think it. And I'd just be like, I don't want to be alone. I wouldn't say it to them, but I would be thinking like, don't leave my apartment, bitch. Don't leave my apartment. You know, watching a girl's problems calms me down because I go, look at how stupid her problems are. She's like, yeah, I can't find a phone case. And I go, oh, that's so cute, you know? Whereas my problems is like, I'm looking at my phone and we're going to kill you, Zherka. We're going to stab you. We're going to find you, right? And I'd go text them like, yo, I don't want beef. And all I type is, come and get it. I was such a, yeah, come and get it, motherfucker. Come and get, yo, Stacy, get the out. Get out of my apartment. Get out. I don't need you. I don't need nobody. These guys want to get it. Don't get involved. Don't get involved. He's like, I can't do this. How you do this? You're beefing with everyone. You're beefing with everyone. Ah! And then I just grab her and I start going. The Joker stream has begun. I love daytime screaming streams. Can't do this at night.